Sit back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani, emanating from the Legal Podcast Penthouse. And I'm here for another episode of After Hours of TC Restani. And I'm here with my esteemed panel of experts. And I'm going to go around the horn right now and introduce them to you right now. South Boston Jeff, greatest celebrity stalker. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, it's good to be here. It's no, not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, life isn't bad.
It is yummy and not bad. Wait till I tell the other Martians about this. By only eating candy bars, we don't know what we miss, right, QB?
That's right.
You love candy bars, right?
I did when I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, you kidding? You suck them down now, too. What are you talking about?
But that commercial was cute.
The Robolod.
Yeah, Robolod from Mars.
He comes from Mars and eats all kinds of candy bars.
Speaking of candy bars, the one, the only, my mentor, Mr. Ricky Bittman.
Hello, Governor.
Up in the right head.
You get a copper for me breakfast?
Oh, cheerio.
What do you like for candy bars?
I used to like Reese's when I was a kid. That was about my favorite candy bar because it was peanut butter and chocolate. But it's not just a candy. I got a old kick out of the old school commercial. You know, everybody, peanut butter and chocolate.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
Hey, you got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter. Damn, that's good.
Didn't they try to do a commercial with Ron Jeremy and Nina Hartley?
They might have.
You got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
Yeah,
They should have used like Lexington Steel instead of Ron Jeremy, right?
I couldn't think of any black porn star names. Sorry.
I had my thesaurus out here.
We know what his mind is.
No, yeah, on peanut butter. I love peanut butter. It's smooth.
I do too. It is smooth.
Those commercials, I do remember that. The Hershey bar into the peanut butter jar. And actually, you know what? Have you tried that? That actually tastes better than a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Could take a Hershey bar and dip it in the peanut butter. Maybe you ever
just-
fluffing out recently? Have you had that recently?
I have not had a fluffing oven in a long time.
Oh, it's good stuff, especially with the teddy bear.
You my
how come teddy bear?
It's just a good brand. TC's turned me on to it.
And it's made right down the street in Everett, Mass.
Yep.
All natural peanut butter. If you're listening to this outside of the 128 corridor in Massachusetts, Teddy Peanut Butter is the thing to go. I don't know if they must have it somewhere else in the country. I mean, it must be.
No, it's all made right here.
I know, but I mean, they must distribute it.
Oh,
Also.
yeah. No, there was, if you go to their website, they show a map where you can get it. It's all over the country.
It's everywhere. I love Teddy Peanut Butter. Now, which one do you like? Smooth or chunky?
I was going the chunky, but I got to tell you, the chunky gets a little pasty at the bottom.
Really?
And I went to the smooth, and the smooth is my favorite now.
Okay.
Like if I went to Skippy, I'd get the chunky, but when it comes to Teddy Bear, it's got to be smooth.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Do you like the oil on top?
Yeah, like to mix it up and everything. It's nice.
It is. Do you make smoothies out of it?
I have not done that, no.
Oh, that gives it the texture.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's starting to get away from smoothie weather for me.
Well, why?
It's cold. I don't like it. I mean, you can't even enjoy my iced coffee anymore. What the hell is this? Why is it 30 degrees in October all
Well, it's going to be 70 over the weekend from what I heard.
Good.
You know, so that'll give you a little peanut butter, maybe a little time to stay warm.
My blood thinned out the last week.
I heard you just got back from Aruba.
The well-fabled Aruba trip finally took place. It's in the rearview mirror now. I performed the nuptials.
That's true.
And I awarded my nephew his WWE title belt.
The big gold belt.
Big gold. He handled it and went over like a huge success.
The Ricky Flair belt.
Yeah. But the funny thing is now, I said to myself, we're going down. I'm going to put this in my carry-on because I didn't trust it in my luggage.
Of course not.
It goes through the X-ray machine. Nobody says a word. Beep. Nothing. Nobody looked at that big giant medallion with the other medallion, the little square rectangles, and said, "What the hell is that?" Nobody. I pick up my bag. I get on the plane.
May have thought you were a wrestler.
They must have seen them, I would imagine, because I don't think any wrestler would check a championship belt, because they're probably on the arm for that if it gets lost or stolen.
Ted DiBiase lost $1 million championship in Chinatown in Boston one time.
Did he really? Did he get it back?
I think they did, yeah.
Wow.
Someone stole it out of the car or something, and they got it back. That was back in what, like 90, 89, 90, somewhere in there.
Take the belt. He's not looking now.
Look out, shouldn't Virgil have been bodyguarding that belt?
Good point.
I bet Virgil stole it. Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil sold it to someone.
He tried to sell it on the platform at Penn Station.
Traded it for a brick of black cats.
Unbelievable. Meow. So Aruba, how long does it take to get to Aruba?
5-hour flight from Boston to Aruba. We left at 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 9th. John Lennon's birthday. Yeah.
Wednesday?
Yeah. And 5 hours later, we were there. And, of course, everybody in the party was already well partied out by the time we got there. Everyone had a few.
How long were you there for?
We got back last night. So I was out of, 7 days. Yeah.
7 days.
7 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know who goes to Aruba a lot is our executive producer, Abby.
Really?
Actually, you can see, if you're watching this on screen, there's actually a picture of her being bitten by a flamingo down in Aruba.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lucky Aruba.
Yeah,
Lucky Aruba.
Lucky flamingo.
Lucky flamingo. Pelican fly, come on, pelican.
Fly, pelican, fly. But I didn't see any flamingos. Saw a lot of pigeons.
Did you?
Yeah, the beach had pigeons, and I was like, I thought it'd be a little more exotic than this. Did see some iguanas though. We were all in the pool. The whole wedding crowd is in the pool one day, and everyone just lets out the blood-curdling scream. And this big, bright green iguana, about as bright as this cord, dove from the roof of one of the cabanas into the pool.
Now, were you thinking in your head, I wish I was in Tijuana?
No, was that a wall of voodoo, right?
Wall of voodoo, eating barbecue, iguana.
Mexican radio.
On the Mexican radio.
Imagine that, though, no matter where you go, you could, you see little salamanders and little lizards, but every now and then you'll see a really hefty-looking iguana, and they don't bother you.
The one eye go this way and the other eye go the other way?
I didn't look.
Oh, okay.
They are kind of nasty looking, but, they're also very, very pretty by the same
Descendants of dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Well, so are pigeons.
Pigeons were
They
disgusting.
don't have those things like on The Simpsons. They had those armpits that made them glide that time.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that would be, he might have, but all I heard was the splash, and every girl in a hot bikini bathing suit just jumped out of the pool. There's hot chicks everywhere down there. And I will say that for Aruba. Place is full of hot chicks.
Well, let's go.
And a lot of them wear thong bathing suits.
Oh.
But a lot of them that shouldn't wear thong bathing suits wear thong bathing suits.
It's like those girls at the Star Trek convention that wear the skin tight, Counselor Troy outfits, and they look like King Kong Bundy.
Yeah. It's like the fat stormtrooper guys with like extra bed sheets like to cover because they can't get the plastic big enough to cover their ass.
So do the iguanas look like the lizards from Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Yeah, they're just lizards.
Okay, well, we don't get many lizards around here in New England.
No, we get plenty of them down there, though. I will say that. And, these people, these slobs on the beach, they'll drink themselves blind and they'll order a cheap, shitty pizza, and the pizza will come, and then they leave the box there, and the pigeons just, descend as soon as they go in the water. And next thing you know, they're in their bags and everything. I'll tell you, I don't know.
Will you go back?
Never.
You're never going to go back to Aruba?
No. It wasn't... Listen, the wedding itself, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. It was a wonderful event. Everybody was happy. The food was great. Everything about the wedding was fantastic. Aruba itself, I just don't see it. The hotel was beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when you walk out, it's like walking into a pizza oven.
Really? Hot and humid?
Oh, it's a wall. It just, bam, you feel it. Then when you walk inside, you're like, oh, it's like a giant cold hug from the air conditioning. But you can't leave your balcony window open, because it fogs the entire room up.
Wow. No, they think you're doing something naughty in the room.
Exactly, yeah. Well, wasn't much of that going on either, believe me. My God.
Even with the thong broads?
Not. No, I knew this was going to get him scared because I got off a plane. I will tell you this.
I will tell you what.
There was a cat on the plane on the way home.
Really?
Some son of a bitch had a cat, a live cat. Now, I saw the cat getting on the plane. When I got on the plane, I said to the woman next to me, I said, excuse me, do you smell anything or is it me? She goes, I'm glad you said that. I smell cat pee. And I said, oh, okay, well, look over there. And she goes, oh my God, a cat. And it was kind of a little touchy there on the plane because this woman felt, they were like, well, it's allowed. Imagine that a cat.
Well, I'd rather sometimes have a cat than a screaming baby.
Yeah, that's true. There was no screaming babies. Piss smell, cat piss.
Oh, well.
The cat just wandered on her, or is it like?
No, someone was taking them to America. Like, what was the purpose? Like, I just could not. I'm trying to think of what the scenario could have been. Did she fly from Boston to Aruba and taking the cat back to Boston, or is she moving to Boston with her cat? I don't know. But it was just very strange. And then, of course, my eyes are like this the whole way. You know, everything was just like, and it was all my cat allergy.
I'm not a fan of cats.
You are?
No.
No, they trigger allergies in me.
Dogs. I'm a dog person.
Yeah, I'll take a dog all day.
Unbelievable.
A cat, smelling cat piss.
So the belt went over great. You did the Stone Cold thing.
Yep, it was fantastic. And but like I said, it's just and you know, you go into a liquor store down there to get a 12-pack of beer, $42 for 12.
$42.
Yeah.
What is I don't drink. So what is an average beer?
I
Case
mean,
of beer
around here, a
cost?
12-pack for Christ's sakes is like $9.
$9.
And or a 36-pack, which I sometimes get, that'll cost you like 22, 24, 25 bucks.
Well, they have to import this stuff, right?
Everything has to be imported because it's an island. They have no natural resources.
What about
There's
Manhattan? It's an island.
Yeah, well, it's a little different. Let's see, it's the hub of the world, you know, for crying out loud.
Like at bridges and tunnels.
Yeah. It's not tough to get into there, but it's just, it's close to Venezuela, which I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah?
And everything has to be taken in. There's really nothing that they manufacture there or anything. There's nothing like it's like Aruba, like bananas. There's nothing.
No, a
Everything has to
Rubik's Cube?
well, that would be. They should work on something like that. Put it that way. But
What do you mean imported?
well, it's an island, so like all the stuff you take for granted from being like the good old USA,
Like milk.
Like you can go out any time of day if you need it and get yourself a half a gallon of milk if you really needed it.
Or 4, as you can
Or
see
4.
over there.
Yeah, that's right. If you needed milk in this country, you can go get it. That's not a guarantee in a lot of places. Trust me.
So imported means they don't have it or they have
It's
it?
got to be sent in from it's got to be brought over on airplanes and on boats and stuff like that. And they make you charge more for that.
Like my sister's going to Hawaii this coming weekend.
Hawaii's different, but it's it's a little the same. But I
They
mean,
still got to import everything.
yes,
Right. Other than pineapples.
that's right. They get those there.
Coconuts,
They get little
bananas.
baby bananas there
Oh,
too.
do they? Little baby
Yeah.
bananas?
Yeah, the little small ones. Those are good.
You've been to Hawaii, right?
Yes, I have. It's wonderful. I would say by comparison, it's to me it was more. Well, it's more. It's an American city. Also, you got to remember that too. As much as it's an island, it's an American island. So
Right.
it's very well stocked. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
You know.
I've only been there through the episode of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sakes, can I take it?
Take anything.
And every episode of Gilligan's Island, I would imagine.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah. Supposedly, there's an area that you can see where that beach is over there or something like that.
Where Gilligan's Island
Yeah,
is?
the actual where they took that photograph.
That's a good question. I have no idea what that
I
is.
think I heard something like that. I know when I was out there, I went snorkeling at a place called Hanama Bay, which is where they shot parts of Blue Hawaii with Elvis.
Okay, because Gilligan's Island was shot. The pilot was shot in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because they were shooting the pilot with the original cast the day Kennedy got killed.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, it was actually coming over the radio.
Wow.
But when they reshot the second pilot, it was shot, I think, on the CBS backlot or
Yeah,
something.
you can tell like some of it looks like that studio water.
I mean, if you look closely, behind the palm trees, you can see like a studio
Yeah.
and all that other stuff.
when Jeff does music from shows, I know exactly what he's doing.
You don't know that? That's from Gilligan's Island.
I don't hear it.
I'm sorry, I'm not a jukebox then.
Give us that from the Brady Bunch.
What that?
Quincy, you sound like you're going to warp speed.
That's classic.
You know what my favorite thing on the Brady Bunch was? Remember, it only happened twice.
Marsha.
Jeff? Well, other than Marsha. And Jan, last season, Jan. She was pretty good in last season. Yeah. Jeff, what happened? You're a Brady Bunch expert. What only happened, I believe it was 2 times, maybe 3 times on the Brady Bunch. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was a musical rift.
Geez, I can't like.
It happened when Alice stepped in the wallpaper paste.
No, like. Dun, 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 dun.
And then it happened again when they were trying to get the keys when they were locked up on the Grand Canyon episode.
I can remember that too.
It was like a harmonica that was going, and then a little guitar going, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, now I remember it from the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Alice,
was a good-
when she stepped in the
Alice.
That doesn't
How many
sound
times do you
like
think we've seen all these episodes?
too many times.
When's
Quincy
the
still
last time you
doesn't.
watched the whole episode of it?
Actually, it was on the Brady Brunch on MeTV.
Oh.
Not too long ago, and it was the Raquel Goat episode.
Oh my God, that's right. That was a good one.
That was the one of the very last. The hair tonic was the very last.
Yeah.
It wasn't the last episode, but you are right. It was in the last season, and it was directed by Robert Reed.
Really?
Yep.
I saw the clip recently of him. When, he was on Medical Center, was it? Or
Medical Center.
With Chad Everett, where he was turning into a woman.
No, I didn't see that
Oh
one.
my God.
You do remember that? Remember when I showed you that clip of him at the Hollywood Bowl?
Yes.
When, what's his name? Johnny Whitaker was singing
Yes.
some song.
And they showed him and his
Friend.
companion.
I mean, that looked like, who's the guy that used to write for Hollywood Squares?
Bruce Valanche.
Bruce Valanche. Yeah. He looked like an anorexic Bruce Valanche.
Say hi to the man, Millie. Hello. Yeah, that was pretty.
And that was 1974.
But you have to see this. This is even earlier than that, I think.
Really?
And they show him transition, and he's in a dress and everything. Listen, I know it's a different world, and everything, but it was funny, and it still is. That episode. Anyway.
It's a sunshine day.
Yeah, it really was. It's just very odd. I'm transitioning.
Everybody smiling, sunshine day. They had some nice songs. That
They
one
did.
there.
You know, I actually enjoy those songs.
Oh God, yeah, the Brady songs. You kidding?
Right.
Oh,
Think I'll
absolutely.
go for a walk and
I'll go for a walk outside.
The worst one was the one where they're singing about, like, cleaning up nature and shit.
Oh yeah. I remember that one vaguely.
And maybe we can make the world a whole
Yeah,
lot brighter.
yeah.
But there actually is an LP version of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's just very corny.
Yeah.
It's very hippie-ish. Back, it's something that the Brady's
It
would
is.
do.
I have it. I have that album, that
course you
record,
do.
and everything. So.
did you
yeah.
like Time to
And
Change?
yeah, well, it's very hippie-ish, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they do Miss America, Bye-Bye Miss American Pie and stuff like that, and it's,
You remember the Brady
it's
Bunch cartoon?
all American.
I do.
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
the Brady Kids.
Yeah, and they had some bird named Merlin.
Of course, they had to have some stupid
It
thing
was
like that.
ridiculous. It was stupid.
How about Ping and Pong?
Oh, the pandas.
Yeah.
I forgot about
What the hell
that.
was that all about?
Wow, I can't believe you remember Ping and Pong. They sound like the Go-Go Gophers.
So wait a minute, the Brady kids had two Japanese pandas
Yeah,
hanging out
they
with
did,
them?
and a little bird named Merlin.
Dear God, what the hell? Someone was taking. Jeff, do you remember the Q, right? The Quencher.
Of course.
Okay, so one time we were at a Halloween party with Mike from Southie, and who did he dress up as? But none other than Schickelgruber himself. And we won't go down in detail on that, but he was dressed as Schickelgruber that night. And all of a sudden, this young girl comes into the bar, and she had a request. She had a big radio with her. And she asked the bartender something, and the bartender says, "Oh, that young girl who used to work, I can't think of her name. She was a hot shit." And she pressed play, and all of a sudden, "Sunshine Day" by the Brady Kids come on. And her and all her friends came in all dressed as the Brady Kids with the long blonde wigs and
Wow.
everything. And they go, and that place went crazy, and they won first prize that night, hands down. She goes,
Just like the Brady's
she
did.
goes, "You guys win. There's no one's going to beat you tonight." And
Well,
of course,
actually,
Schickelgruber was.
Actually, they didn't win this. Who won that night? Patty's Prancing Pony, or puppets, or dolls, or whatever.
One of those bronies that we have today.
That chip. It's the last time I watched that crooked channel.
Too bad the Silver Platters did win.
Oh, that's right.
The silver
What a
platters.
parents' anniversary. What a waste. What a shitty gift.
Yeah, what do you want? It wasn't a milestone anniversary.
Yeah.
They were only married for like 4 years.
See what the kids gave us?
A silver platter with all their names on it.
Dumb.
Yeah, but Jan made the mistake of
Of course she did. She was an idiot.
She wasn't wearing her glasses.
that was another episode. The one where she crashed a bicycle into the picture because she had to buy glasses.
So there was another gift she ruined, or was
Yeah.
that the same episode?
No, that was another
No,
episode.
two separate episodes when she was without wearing her glasses. She just gotta keep them on. I mean,
I mean, how blind was she not to see that giant picture?
You know, we're the only people that could start talking about an exotic location like Aruba and then just move right into the Brady
Well,
Bunch.
it's more important.
Listen, I agree. I'd rather talk about the Brady Bunch.
Aruba.
Well, you tell me that the flight from Aruba to and from, the coffee, how was the coffee?
Well, I'd say the coffee in Aruba was fantastic. I will say
Well, it's
that.
right near South America.
Yeah, we're right close to Venezuela, and they had a Juan Valdez cafe.
Wow.
But of course, I had to go to Starbucks. 2 iced coffees, $17.
$17. Is that good or bad?
That's
or?
bad. I mean,
Oh, that's
it's
terrible.
It's expensive here, but it's expensive down there. And they don't like to give you straws
Why?
because it's the environmental thing.
Because of the turtles.
But every lid on every Starbucks cup has a plastic lid.
You know what doesn't make any sense?
What?
They outlaw plastic straws.
Yeah.
But they give plastic hypodermic needles to the junkies in
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's a dem mentality for you. Yeah.
You know, we can't have straws
Yeah.
because the turtles may choke. But Larry over there wants to shoot up.
Yeah.
Here's a free needle.
Well, they reuse them. That's why they die.
How about the flight now? You tell me that the
The flight was I listen, I don't mind flying, but I'll give you 3 hours now is probably the max for me. 5 was pushing it and 4.5 was tough too. Especially
how-
with a fucking stinky cat.
well, how about the food on the plane and the
They don't
coffee
give you
and the
food
beverages?
anymore. They don't give you
Oh,
food.
for
What-
Christ's sake!
What airline was it?
JetBlue.
Do they still give the blue chips?
They don't do blue chips anymore.
Wow, then it really has gone downhill.
We stopped doing that. They'll give you Pepsi drinks, coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
And they charge you.
No, those refreshments you get free. But if you want a beer, you can get a beer. But the beer, if you use your JetBlue credit card, it's half price. So I figure I can't afford not to drink on a flight. You know, that's the way I look at it.
Now, what movies did you watch?
Okay, now on the way down, I watched Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Roadhouse.
Oh, not the original?
Not the original. You can
Okay.
see that every 5 minutes on television.
That is true. That is true.
I think it's by law every town has to broadcast that at least twice a day. So, okay, and the whole TV thing was a pain in the ass because you can't get Wi-Fi, so you can't get on your phone. And I didn't have the plug-in headphones. So here's what I did. Well, go ahead.
Cell phones worked on 9/11.
Go figure, right? So what I did was I put on Roadhouse
Yeah.
and I put on the subtitles. So I watched it like a deaf person. I had no sound. I just they described the the background sound and the music and all that, and they get the dialogue. So I had to read the entire movie, and I got to say, it was kind of interesting to do it that way.
Okay. I'm just getting a text here from Abby. The text here, she says, I love Aruba.
Good, go there. I like Orlando.
Okay.
Well,
Bloom.
what's in Orlando?
The town of Kissimmee, where my timeshare is.
Mickey
Orange
Mouse.
Lake.
But isn't it destroyed? Isn't everything gone down
No,
there?
I got the update the other day. There was some branches down, some palm fronds, as we like to say. We're in the street. They cleared it. There's no damage at all whatsoever to Kissimmee.
Okay.
Orange Lake.
So, all right. So you back to Roadhouse.
Yeah. So I watched the whole movie like a deaf person. I was like, boy, it's really, look, nothing beats watching a movie. You know, we're blessed with our senses. But I said, if I had to, I kind of enjoyed it.
Really?
I remember the movie thoroughly, maybe a little bit more. At least I remember the dialogue, because I think when I see it.
What's your favorite line from the original Roadhouse?
Oh, I knew that. It was from the original Roadhouse. I just remember the kid that was the musician Jeff Healy.
Oh, the blind kid.
His name is Dalton. Like, I thought that was kind of cool. It was not a ripoff of the original movie. It was not a retelling. It was a very different story.
Okay.
And Gyllenhaal kind of did the whole movie sort of, I don't want to say half-assed, kind of a little
But he's
tongue-in-cheek.
Jack Twist.
Oh, God. I was waiting for him to show up, man.
Yeah, but he got to lock lips.
Jackass.
He got to lock lips though with Emmy Ross.
Jack, I swear. That's true. But I'll tell you, it's a good movie. Conor McGregor, the Irish MMA fighter, who just recently stopped at a place called, I think if they call it Croke Park in Southie, that recently he made an appearance there. He walked in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m. He said to them, or maybe it was midnight, he says, the owner says, the only way I'll stop selling Guinness and sell, he does his own brand of Irish stout, McGregor. It's called Forged. And he's been on this anti-Guinness campaign forever. And he saw on social media that this guy in Southie said, the only way I'll ever get rid of Guinness is if Conor McGregor walks through the door of this pub with a keg of Forged, and I'll sell it and I'll get rid of Guinness. So what happens? 2 or 3 weeks ago, McGregor comes through the door with his posse and a keg of the Forged, and the guy had to stop selling Guinness.
Forever or just that day?
Forever. For as long as, I have a feeling it's going to come
You
back.
mean Guinness Book of Records?
No.
Same people. No, they are associated together.
Alec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite line from Roadhouse, Terry Funk. Mind your own business, Dad.
Dad, that's right. Yeah. I was wondering if they'd have a wrestler in there, but that was the McGregor angle.
So, is that the only movie you watched?
Well, on the way home, I watched The Bike Riders.
The Bike Riders?
Yeah, with Austin Butler, the kid who played Elvis in the Elvis movie.
Okay.
And same thing, I had to read the whole movie. And that was about a movie that was based on a book written in the early 70s about a guy who followed one of the early motorcycle clubs of the 60s. From 1963 to like 1973, he followed them, photographed them, and interviewed them, their lifestyle and everything. And it's back when, before the Hells Angels and everything, when bike clubs had like a level of honor. Remember the movie? Did you ever see Wild One? You must have saw the Wild One, Jeff, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Brando and the guy was they show him, the guy that founded the club. He's watching it on TV one night, and they say, "Johnny, what are you rebelling against?" And he goes, "What do you got?" And that thing's just struck with this guy. So he formed this bike club. And they're all riding Harleys and everything. But, I mean, they were badasses, but they weren't they showed how the whole progression of the social scene just deteriorated with these bike clubs. They went from fist fighting and knife fighting to just shooting each other.
Was it like Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, but that was a lot more intense. That's like on the downside of it. Like these guys, they were a bike club.
Quincy, you remember Sam Crow?
I've heard of it, but maybe it's been a while since I've heard of Sam Crow.
Well, maybe you could be a member of it.
Isn't that the one where you got to sit at the back of the bus?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't
What
want
was
to
the
be.
name of the gang on Son of Anarchy?
Isn't it one of Jim Crow laws? Never mind. Sam Crow, Jim Crow, everyone sit at the back of the bus. Make everyone happy.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
I don't want to join the bikers gangs.
You're a one-man biker gang.
Yeah. The one-man gang.
You're just the
Hakeem.
You're just the hawk.
Yeah, but
You're Hakeem.
What a rush.
Giggle, giggle. So, yeah, but I will say that I recommend both movies.
Okay.
They're really good. You should check them out.
I'm not really into remakes.
It's interesting, though, because...
Or is it a retelling? Or
it's a retelling, because this takes place in the Florida Keys.
Okay.
And there's some sexy broads in it.
Well, you just have to keep on it because they remake everything.
True.
You just have to keep on it.
Look at the anger in Jeff's voice
Yeah.
about remakes. I hate you, brother. I hate the remakes.
It's true. But the only reason I watched it is because I was like, all right, I don't want to sit through any of this other shit. I wanted I wanted to read a comic book, and this is what it was like. But they did a decent job with it, I must say. A lot of violence in it. Oh my God, there was violence in this damn thing. Same with the bike riders. A lot of violence.
Fantastic.
Yeah. If you want to see two violent movies, I would recommend.
Well, when I fly to Aruba and back, I'll do it.
Do it. Just watch the movies, trust me.
Unbelievable. I'm getting through my earpiece from Abby. We have to take a big time commercial break.
I hope it's a commercial for Red Solo Cups.
I'll let her know during the commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. And you know what? Everybody's got a price for me. If you want to get your money's worth, then you need to stay right here, because you're watching After Hours with TC Restani.
Wow, we talked about him early in the show, and there he was doing a plug for the show. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Something else? Jeez.
Love that
Filthy
laugh.
rich man.
Love that laugh.
Filthy rich man.
That laugh's worth $1 million.
He just did that recently on a reel I saw on one social media. And I'm damned if I can remember it, but
Did he?
he did the laugh.
Well, that's his trademark.
It was
now.
funny. It was funny.
Good guy. Fantastic. Halloween is approaching.
I'm sorry.
I guess that means you don't care.
We already went over about my disdain for the dark arts and Halloween.
The dark arts.
the dark arts.
The dark arts.
The dark,
The dark arts of Halloween.
No, Bull plays the darks.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Well, what do you mean by the dark arts?
I'm just trying to be funny. I'm trying to be clever.
Oh,
For the people listening.
I heard you refused a gig, I heard, because you didn't want to go up there. Salem during the Halloween season.
Oh, no. You'd never catch me, and you wouldn't catch me anywhere near Salem.
Wouldn't
this
catch you
time of year.
dead up there?
Exactly. No, oh God, no. I had no patience for those people.
You don't want to get your picture taken with the Elizabeth Montgomery statue?
I don't want anyone touching me. I don't want anyone jumping out at me. I don't want anyone reaching for me. No.
Really?
I went to the last haunted house I went to was in Salem. And you know what the assholes were doing?
No.
They weren't being scary. You'd walk down this hall and they're on the other side of the wall hitting the wall with a bat.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. That's a little too scary.
Were they Buford Pusser?
I wish they were, for crying out loud. I'm like, what the hell is this all about?
It's Batman.
That was terrible. Like, I went to a haunted house up in Maine one time, Old Orchard Beach, Maine. And I remember the guy who took the tickets was a vampire, and my sister and her boyfriend at the time were there, and my friend Eddie.
How did you know he's a vampire? Did he look like Grandpa Munster?
He sort of looked like Joe Flaherty on the Count, that type. But what he did was cool. He went with my sister, and he goes, "Oh, you have a lovely neck," and he reached for her, and it kind of creeped her out. But then as we were walking this like sort of curved entryway into it, we heard this shuffling, and we turned around, and he was running after us in his shiny vampire shoes, and he had the cape, and it really just was like this was legitimately scary. I mean, that was good.
Should have hit him with the bat.
We just ran, and then of course he probably stopped and said, "Okay, my job is
You need an
done."
adrenaline rush. You go to these things.
I remember going through one of the old haunted houses in the day, and they had this room covered in webs. Like, you didn't know what the ground was actually like all spongy, and it was all spider webs. So we were expecting a giant spider. Who comes out with Spider-Man?
Well, your friendly neighborhood.
And
Spider-Man.
it was a surprise. It was like it kind of caught you off guard, because then you go in the next room and they had a wolfman behind plexiglass that scared the living shit out of me.
Like American Werewolf in London style.
No, it was like the old Lon Chaney type of thing. But the guy was really into it.
Michael Landon. I was a teenage werewolf.
Yeah, exactly, like that. That
Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox.
Exactly. You got it.
Unbelievable.
But I mean, I Salem, and you know what it is too. It's just overrun with
idiots.
Exactly.
We flew all the way in from Detroit because we want to see 3 buildings where witches were hung 5,000 years ago.
It's a lot of
5
women
witches
of
were hung.
ample carriage, and cosplaying and
They wampum.
costumes they probably shouldn't be cosplaying.
Whether they made themselves or got at CVS for 50 cents.
I'm Harley Quinn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you look like Harley Ray. You look like Harley Race.
I'm not sexy. My grandmother said I was. She gave me the money for this costume. At least I took it.
Sounds like the person you had the problem with the steak tips down in Grimsby's.
But it's that. And Salem's a lovely town. It's a great drinking town.
I'd rather go. I'll go to Salem in like April when there's no
not?
one there. You
Why
can see the
not?
same shit.
Yeah. The Witches Museum. I studied in college, a little bit of college I studied the Salem witch trials. Fascinating.
Oh, you know who Bull's favorite is? If he was here right now, he'd mention it.
Tituba?
Laurie Cabot.
Oh.
Like Giles Corey. He
Dick
was my
Van Dyke
favorite.
is a fan, you say?
Giles Corey was my that was the old guy who just he got he didn't get hung. He got pressed to death. And
Oh,
everything.
dear God.
He got
Yeah.
pressed to death? Huh?
Yeah,
Like, how did that happen?
you throw they just threw him on the rack and threw him that plank on top of him, and just more and more weight and everything until his rib cage crushed. But it was just because get the hell off my land, you damn witches! Witches got candy, and they just got sick of listening to the guy and everything. Yeah, because his eyes would bulge out of his head, and the hate would come out and everything when he talked about the witches. But they thought he was a witch just because of the way he presented himself. So
Actually, if you want to go to Salem during Halloween, the place to hang out, all the hotties go there.
Ooh.
The Hocus Pocus house.
Now, why is that?
Because they were all little girls when they watched that movie like 30 years ago.
Oh, and now we're all grown up.
Right, now they're sitting there, oh, look at the Hocus Pocus. Look here.
Yeah, it brings back so many memories.
A lot of the adult entertainers that I know are huge fans of the movie Hocus Pocus.
Really?
And some of them want to come. Yeah, I've invited them. You want to see the Hocus Pocus
If
house?
you ever get that tour set up, I'll go up to Salem with that.
Right.
I'll
we'll
be
have a
one
little
of the-
tour bus.
I'll be the tour guide for that.
Hocus Pocus. Probably 3 of the most sinister looking ugly bitches in the world were in that movie.
Now, do you think our friend David Forktongue, Captain Forktongue, is up at Salem this time?
I don't know. I saw he's actually going to be down here at Restani Productions on Halloween.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to be handing out candy to
Handing out candy to children.
he doesn't know if he's coming as the ghost of Captain Forktongue or the original Captain Forktongue.
Well, if the sun's still out,
he
I'll
asked-
be human.
He asked me, and he goes, "Ahoy, mate! What do you think I should be? Whatever you want, Dave."
Yeah, that's right. Whatever you
it's
want.
your shtick, buddy.
Yeah.
Just don't miss the booking.
Come down in your brony costume.
His what?
Isn't he one of those brony guys that dresses up like the horse, like the My Little Pony guys?
I have no. Maybe that's something you may know on tour with him. I have no idea. But Captain David Forkton, we love him. He's fantastic.
He's a great performer.
One of the most entertaining pirates in the world.
He is actually down at Pearl Street Station tonight having a few cold ones.
Is he?
He is. He checked in down there.
Is that where he parks his ship?
He does like it down there.
He does. He's always there.
I've seen him there a couple times.
Him and his serpent rainbow.
all of them there.
Troop,
And
yeah.
Last time I was there, he gave me one of these as I was leaving. Call me. It was awesome.
Did you call him?
Well, I went over and I thanked him for all the work he's done at the studios.
Of course.
Over the years. I did. I was
Great. No, we loved Captain David.
It was nice to see him and everything, and I always have a good time with him. Big dem on the social medias, but other than that, he's a nice guy.
Well, if you want to come down here on Halloween, he's going to be hanging out candy with.
But you're doing it early in the day.
Well, we have to by regulations because it's
What regulations? This is the palatial penthouse.
we're in the penthouse, but I'm talking about on the first floor. This year we have recruited Detective Quincy
Yeah.
Briscoe.
You'll be done by the time I get out of bed.
And Petunia is coming. You know why? Because it's free candy.
Yeah, that's right.
And Captain David Forthung.
Well, what is it with Aunt Petunia?
You know what? I have no clue. I get little text every once in a while. You don't care about me anymore. Oh, by the way, I found a new nephew. All these weird, cryptic things.
She's insane.
Well, obviously she's insane.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, my blood is her blood. I don't want to admit it.
Yeah, that's true.
But she's
You're all crazy.
But she's Aunt Petunia's a little out there.
So wait a minute now. So this episode, our next episode, will we record again before Halloween?
We will not be recording before
So
Halloween.
this is kind of our Halloween.
This is our Halloween episode.
Shit, we shouldn't have talked all so much about Aruba.
Well, Aruba was horrific for you.
Yeah, it was. Well, again,
Horrific.
If anyone's listening, it wasn't horrific. It was just, it ain't my cup of tea. I like my Orlando.
Oh, you don't hear the things that Abby's yelling in my ear. She's like, I'll take his ticket next time.
You can have it, hun. All yours. You get a beer, and if you don't drink it in 30 seconds, it's warm.
Okay, I hate the heat. You know that.
I know, and I don't. You know how I feel about the heat.
Right.
So it tells you something.
Well, you did it and it's over with. We don't have to talk about it no more.
That's right.
But it's our Halloween special. We just decided that right now that it's our Halloween special. But if you want to actually hear about a real Halloween special, myself, Jeff, and Quincy Briscoe were on CJ's The Rundown, which is already up on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/AfterHoursTC. We talked all about Halloween, our favorite movies, our favorite Halloween movies. Mm-hmm. It was a great episode. So listen to The Rundown with CJ.
Is it up yet?
It is. By the time this is airing, yes, it is up.
All right. Did you talk about the Paul Lynn Halloween special?
We did not. No, we did not talk about that. Would you?
Yeah, I watch it every year this time.
No, is it streaming or do you have it on DVD?
I have it on DVD. And it's funny. I remember one time we were filming an episode down here with Penny Dreadful.
Oh, of course.
And I think Gus and I were sitting there talking, and, Cousin Leo, I'm sorry. And I said, you know what I watch every time this year? I watch the Paul Lynn Halloween special. And she whipped around. She goes, diabolical. Just like that.
She a fan?
I said, in a good way or bad? She goes, oh, good way. So she was very impressed that I watched that.
I still talk to Penny Dreadful every once in a while. Yeah, I see her on the socials.
Yeah, jeez, I didn't know
she's still doing her Shilling Shockers down there.
I remember that. I actually enjoyed that show.
Her and the late great Guru.
Yeah, that was sad.
Very nice guy. Very nice Wolfman, as we were talking about earlier.
He was a very good.
I love Penny Dreadful's show, Shilling Shockers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
You'll find
it was a good show.
It was a good show. She filmed it in her haunted attic.
Yeah, she did. I remember that.
Maybe if we ever get the TV show back up and running, maybe.
When?
Okay, when? Yeah. Well, as you probably would know, and I've been following me on the socials, we've been spending a lot of money down here at Restani Productions, and they had a meeting, and Abby represented the program in there, and she came down and just gave me a stern look, and she goes, 2025, no backing out.
That's right. Enough. Right?
I said, well, will you show up?
Yeah, that's another one.
I know she's an executive producer and whatnot.
La-di frickin' da.
Speaking of executive producers, it was our favorite executive producer of the 2000s, Sabrina's birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
I know.
Was she 50?
No, I'm not going to. She's 29 again. I texted that to her. I go, happy birthday, Sabrina, you're 29 again. She goes, that's why you're my favorite.
Oh. Boy, you really know how to sweet talk them.
I do. Jeff, what are you inhaling down there? What is that?
This is my it's cereal milk flavored nitrous oxide.
It looks like it's one of those window caulking things.
That's what I said earlier. Looks
Yeah.
like
I'll have to take a picture of that and show everybody what we're talking about.
All the women are-
It's
By the
rather
shape of it,
tasty,
by the
but
tip of
yeah,
it?
it's
Tip of nose? What?
I think
Stuff
some
I'm
women
doing
would
for-
be fighting over that thing if you ask
Well,
me.
look
Maybe
at the shape of it and look at the tip. Just like some caulking.
Maybe I'll send
you
it.
ain't kidding.
Maybe I'll send it to Sabrina. She's been married for what, like 20 years now? So-
I'm gonna say nothing.
Now, you always had a little tiff with her.
Well, it goes back to the cubed ice. Like I don't ask for much.
No, you asked for solo cups and cubed ice.
That's it. And I said, no, not ice cube trays. I said, just get like a bag of ice, like a bag of party ice. It's the green room. It's like we're here. We're performers. Why can't I just have that?
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I like the idea we got free pizza and stuff down here. But,
Right.
I bring my own gin and tonic, but I would at least like some ice
Okay.
and some red Solo cups.
All right. Well, she's no longer the producer. You know that, right?
Well, maybe that's why.
Maybe that's where Abby inherited the no cups.
Maybe my reach is longer than you think, Restani.
Hey, if you can reach to where Sabrina is, that's impressive.
Give her a nice on the fanny. You get back to you.
Oh. Remember those sequin dresses?
Oh, I remember.
God.
I remember she dressed up like the little Playboy bunny.
Oh my God! Do I remember that?
Yeah.
I had that picture of her where she was on my desk in front of me. Thank God there was a desk in front of me.
Boing, and she was. I remember when you rescued her, she was dressed all ratty by that Rufus guy there, whatever his name was.
That wasn't Rufus. That was Bocephus Jenkins.
That's right.
Bocephus.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
He didn't. Maybe he took a bath and he disintegrated.
Yeah.
Maybe go. Oh, we're gonna go make those movies.
You're not really what did he call us?
Little access freaks.
Yeah, cable access freaks. One of the best times ever rescuing her.
It was fantastic, and it was up in Maine somewhere, and some
Doc McMurphy really stepped up.
he
back in
did.
those
I remember
days.
that. Yeah,
He didn't even shave. He looked rough.
see. But remember I had the inspiration from Pat Morita.
Huh?
He was doing the
Oh,
little
that's right.
drum thing, like in Karate Kid 2.
That's right.
From the heavens
He
above.
gave him the.
And then I came back to life and beat the snot out of him.
I just remember Doc going, he appears to be some sort of hillbilly.
He was a hillbilly.
But he appears to be
Dirty, filthy Bocephus Jenkins. There's no way he's listening to this.
No.
I don't even like that was. You believe that was almost 19 years ago?
Oh, dear God.
That happened.
Dear God.
You can find it on our YouTube channel, but the quality is so bad because it was a 2000.
Worth watching, though. Worth watching. Tells a nice story.
It looked like it was recorded in EP on VHS.
That's what makes it endearing.
Makes it classic.
Yeah. Makes it endearing.
Unbelievable. Any gigs coming up for you there, Rick?
No, because like things are quiet for Halloween. But, we get, what I might do, I'm thinking about Sean Clush. You ever heard of Sean Clush?
Who's Sean Clush?
Sean Clush is one of the premier Elvis impersonators. He was used on the HBO series Vinyl to portray Elvis, and they had this like sort of thing where this record producer went to Elvis and tried to get him away from the Colonel to perform like one like huge concert and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. I think it was fictionalized. It was definitely fictionalized. But it was a very interesting series. But this guy, he nails Elvis, and he's great not only as Elvis, like speaking, but really good as him in the later years singing.
Right.
And he's doing a gig down in Mohegan Sun on New Year's Eve, and I'm trying to get Tosh Lent to invest in this because I hate New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's boring.
It is, but the flip side is I don't think I want to be in a casino on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
because
God,
it's going to be
no.
all, and the hotel rooms will probably be noisy and stuff.
You
So
like the Poseidon Adventure?
which I watch every time around New Year's Eve. I watch that movie, but I'd rather be on the Poseidon Adventure, I think, than Mohegan Sun on New Year's Eve. So
One of my favorite New Year's Eves, other than the big parties we used to have out in Vegas at
Yeah.
the Damn Napkin and stuff like that, was I think 2008. We had a blizzard around here on New Year's Eve, and everybody stayed in. You know what I watched? Because I had my first big flat screen TV.
What'd you watch?
The Planet of the Apes marathon
Wow.
on New Year's Eve.
See, that, I could get into that.
So you on the outside of the mansion, and I'm sitting there snuggled up watching Planet of the
I
Apes.
could get behind that one. I could.
It was good.
Yeah, I'm a Three Stooges guy on New Year's Eve. You know, I would love
Why
to.
you?
Or Twilight Zone. I like to.
Yeah, right
I
back
like
and
to,
forth.
Yeah,
To be able to
that's the way I do it. I go back and forth between Twilight and Stooges.
You know what I wish they would do?
No.
Is Benny Hill on New Year's Eve. The
That would
classic
be sick.
episodes.
That would be great. Yeah.
You know, Benny, the ones that you could see on Channel 56 at 11, like not the later years when he came to America, but the real original ones. Oh, man, that would be awesome. Awesome.
Well, I'm sure you can stream it somewhere.
No, you can't. I think it's only available on BritBox, and that's a subscription.
BritBox.
Yeah, BritBox. It's a subsidiary of
The BBC?
Amazon. You
Amazon.
Get it subscribed through Amazon. Because I started watching, they offered a series called Mrs. Brown's Boys. It's an Irish sitcom shot in front of a live audience. And
Like Good Times?
Exactly. But the audience is sometimes involved in the show,
Yeah.
and they leave the bloopers in, and they like shots of the cameramen are left in, and it's really funny, you know.
Is it a new show or old show?
It's old. It's been on for a long, long time. And I think it came out like around 2013 or 2010 since it's been on. And
Well, that's not that old. I thought it was like something like the 70s.
But
or
it's like a
something.
bunch of seasons, you know. And it's this Irish comedian who portrays a woman. She's the matriarch of this family in Dublin.
Like Dame Edna.
No, it's not as corny as that. No,
Right.
this is funny. Trust me on that. And it's just it's. But you could get the first season for free, and I got hooked. But now, if I want the second season, I got to subscribe to
You
it.
got to subscribe to BritBox.
But found them up at the library, season 2 on DVD.
Oh, wow. You got connections everywhere, Ricky
I was like,
Bittman.
do I want to buy another whole set of DVDs? You know, I didn't need room in my life.
No.
So
Oh, speaking of that, I request
yeah,
from our good friend, Doug Palumbo,
yeah.
is Galen ever going to come on this program?
You know, he's shy, and Doug reached out to me on social medias about that. I'm like, Doug, you know he doesn't talk, but I think we owe Doug something. So I mean, we should interview him one night. I remember the one time we tried to get interviewed, we interrupted his quote shows. I'm watching my show.
Well, sorry, Doug.
But I felt bad because I didn't really set that one up. But we should set a time aside to talk to Doug, and I will get Galen on the show.
Okay.
He'll make us some paper cuts.
I was thinking of Doug the other day because I was over at my nephew's and they watched football on Sunday around the clock, and it was the Jets playing in
Yes.
New York or New Jersey.
Yes.
And they showed the Frank Sinatra statue in Hoboken.
Yeah.
And I was like, wasn't my shirt supposed to be on there by now, Doug?
He did it.
I never saw a picture.
Maybe it was my sticker.
I think it was your sticker.
That may be what it was.
Well, now we need to get a shirt on Old Blue Eyes.
All right. Well, Doug, you heard him.
Doug's
Doug.
listening.
He'll. I tell you what. He'll make a deal with you. He'll put the shirt on Sinatra when you go on Facebook. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
You know, I'm going to New Jersey this week myself. Maybe I'll just do it myself.
Doug, go down to Chiller and meet these guys.
Yeah, come on down to Chiller. We're going to be there on the 25th.
My Eddie Deason autographs.
I hope Eddie Deason's there.
He is. He's definitely going to.
He's definitely going to be there?
Absolutely. He does not back out of things like that.
Are you sure?
100%. I'm going to guarantee you he'll be there.
Okay.
I don't know. How much do you think he charges? $35, would you say? What do you think?
This is Card Sharks. Higher.
Really?
Oh, higher.
Higher.
You think Jeff Deason, what would he get?
Oh, no, like 40 to 50.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So if I give you
it is
100, you
higher,
get two
but
for
not
me?
that much higher.
If I get 100, if you give me 100,
Yeah.
yeah, I can probably get to it.
And if there's any difference I can owe you, it's not going to be like,
Well, I know where you park your Winnebago.
Sorry, I couldn't get your key.
Who's your key? Who's your key?
That still makes me laugh.
I will go to that because I'm only getting Electro Woman and Dyna Girl.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
It's the only reason I'm going down.
See, I want to get two. One for me
One for Ricky
and
Bittman.
one for my nephew and his bride because they both love the movie Grease. They even had that the song "We Go Together" incorporated into their wedding.
Wow.
Somehow I can't remember.
You got a belt already. You know, now he wants an Eddie Deason on
Well,
it.
this is yeah. I just think it'd kind of be cool because they like that movie.
How old are these people?
They're in their early 30s.
And they like Grease?
Yeah, they watch it every now and then.
Wow.
Yeah, they like it. It's a good movie.
And Eddie Deason, well, other than, who was alive from that movie? Just Travolta and Eddie Deason?
Travolta, and he always says great things about Travolta too.
Who, Eddie Deason?
Yeah, he says how he was a very nice man.
When was the last time you saw him? When he filmed Grease?
I know he did run into him somewhere else. He said he came over to him and everything and said
Wow.
hello to him. And like when they would rough
At
him,
least-
the scene where they're roughing him up at the beginning.
course.
Travolta was, hey, are you okay? Is everything, did they go too hard? And he was like just checking him out. And making
Thanks,
sure he's okay.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
It's not like when Harrison Ford thought Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO, was in a tuxedo, was a waiter.
God.
Imagine that.
Yeah, give me a beer, will you?
Yeah, let's come here. Yeah, why not?
Mary, come here. Give me a beer, will you, Sally?
Don't you know who I am?
Oh, the cheek of you.
All right, so 2 Eddie Dezines.
Yes, please. It's Dezine.
Dezine.
No, Deason.
Deason.
Fucking you got me saying the wrong guy.
All right, whatever his name is.
It's Deason.
Met him before. He's a very Deason guy.
Yeah.
So-
He's had his ups and downs, in the last couple of years.
Well, we all have.
Yeah.
But he's a super dude.
Yep.
And I remember him taking a picture with, he's a picture with Bull and Jeff.
Yeah.
But he was also taking a picture with someone dressed like Morty from Meatballs.
Really?
Yeah, some guy was dressed as Morty.
That's a good costume.
And it said it's Morty, not Mickey on the shirt.
Classic.
Great movie.
All right, so between now and then, what's everyone going to watch for Halloween movies?
Well, I'm not a fan of Halloween, the movies at all. I mean,
Did you watch any horror movies around? I know we've touched this on this, but you got some time now. This is you're in the home stretch, 2 weeks.
see, I can't say Friday the 13th because I watch those year round. Jaws, I've seen a bazillion times.
That's not a Halloween movie. That's a summer movie.
Oh, okay, well, it's a horror movie, but Halloween movie. I don't know. Let's. I'll ponder on it, Jeff. That's Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, I like movies that they released that weren't necessarily the biggest, like Terror Train and.
I saw that in the theater.
Oh, did you? Cool. And about time to break out a copy of Motel Hell, which hasn't
Classic.
which hasn't got its crappy remake yet. I mean, it seems like a crappy remake waiting to happen.
Yeah,
but,
that's good. Unfortunately, you're right.
Well, E.T.'s a Halloween movie.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
yeah. Just
So-
like Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas movie.
100%. I always said that.
It is.
What is it with Kubrick and the Christmas lights? He puts them in a lot of his movies, and they're in just about every scene in Eyes Wide Shut. You see Christmas lights.
I don't know. Maybe he was a fan of Christmas,
thought it was interesting.
or he didn't celebrate Christmas.
I noticed it though when I was watching. I was like, "This is almost every scene has Christmas lights in it."
Were there any Christmas lights in The Shining,
That I don't know.
Jeff?
I doubt it because the hotel was empty.
Not that I can think of. No, not that yeah.
And they mentioned Christmas in Full Metal Jacket.
They do.
Today is Christmas. There will be a magic show.
Imagine being that magician.
Imagine sitting there going, I'm here. I'm going to get shipped off to Vietnam. And
Kill
all
it.
they're giving me for entertainment is a magic show.
Yeah.
But couldn't at that point in time, couldn't they have like Raquel Welch pop
Yeah.
out of a cake?
Or Rip Taylor come in. The fish with all the holes in it. Holy mackerel. Rain's just sitting there.
Well, that's why Pyle blew his brains out. That was in a deleted scene. Rip Taylor came in. He played Shelley on Sigmund and the
That's
Sea
right.
Monsters.
I heard recently an interview with, who's the guy? Mark Summers.
Mark Summers.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, you got in a fight
Double
with,
Dare.
yeah.
you got in a fight with Burt Reynolds.
Yes, on Johnny Carson.
Jay. It was Jay.
Oh, it was Jay Leno. You're right. I'm sorry. He interviewed Carrot Top.
Really?
And Carrot Top was talking about this time where he had finished his show or something and it was late and he said he went and he stopped at a Chick-fil-A. And who was in the Chick-fil-A across from him but Rip Taylor, staring daggers into him. And he came over to him and he goes, "You know something? You should die. I hope you die." And he says, "What is this all about?" He goes, "You stole my act." And he walked out the door. Now, if you think about it, if you go back on those old telethon appearances by Rip Taylor, all he does is what Carrot Top does. He pulls, when he says these clever things about the props. Carrot Top, I don't know, he kind of does the same
When
thing.
when did Rip Taylor take a hike?
No, about maybe 5-6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was in his 80s.
I mean, he was
think.
1,000 years old on Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
But he hoped Carrot Top would die.
Well, didn't happen.
No,
I mean, let me look up Rip Taylor here.
it wasn't that long ago.
Rip Taylor. No, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
He was, what's his, I don't even know this guy's real name. Oh, Charles Elmer Rip Taylor Jr. was an American actor, comedian known for his flamboyant personality.
Yeah. He'd pull out a bra with like 4 cups and he'd go, "She's in town again?" You throw it.
He actually, in this picture, he could have been like Martin Mull's weird brother.
Yeah, I was always found him very entertaining, but I think he was kind of onto something. I don't know.
Well, maybe. I'm not really a Carrot Top aficionado.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah, he just and then he changed his face and
Like
everything.
Carrot Top and Gallagher, they
Yeah.
just seem like the flavor of the month type of
Yeah.
thing.
That
Remember when Gallagher, he had a twin brother?
Yeah, Gallagher too.
And they performed at the same time on different coasts because there was no internet back then.
Imagine that.
Hey.
It was like the old wrestling.
It was. It was like the two Undertakers.
Putski's dropping the belt in Boston. He's winning it in Madison Square Garden.
But poor Rip Taylor.
Yeah. But he was. Do
Do you remember that episode of the Brady Bunch Variety Hour? Getting back to the Brady Bunch again.
Yeah.
Remember when him and Robert Reed?
Yeah.
If you want to laugh your ass off,
It is classic.
was who were the two? Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
Did a watch along with that.
Yes. Oh,
like,
that's
like
right.
20 years
oh my
ago.
God.
And I was in tears.
Yeah.
when they were doing the commentary
Yes.
on that.
That is
it
a
was with
classic.
Norton. What's the actor?
Jim Norton.
Jim Norton.
Yeah.
They ripped into this, no pun intended.
Those were the days.
I was in tears listening. You can find it on YouTube. Just, Opie and Anthony rip apart Brady Bunch Variety Hour.
Find the time they talked to Buddy Ebsen.
Oh, God.
They used to do a thing when the celebrity got really boring. They would play the sound effects of ping pong, like people playing, like, in other words, they're not listening to the celebrity, they were playing ping pong. And Buddy Ebsen was so sweet.
Was he like 97 years old at the time?
And he was talking about, he says, well, now I sing for my granddaughter, and her name is Angelica. And they go, oh, what kind of songs you sing there? He goes, well, it's one about her sliding down the banister. Who's in the hallway climbing up the stairs? Angelica. And everyone kept saying,
Did you just hear, boop, boop?
They didn't do it, and everyone kept saying, "Oh my God, I was going to kill you if you did it," because he was like so sweet. But they didn't do the ping pong because they just loved him and everything. But it was just, you could just hear them wanting to do it. They were like, "No, stop it!"
You can't do that to Barnaby Jones.
Exactly. It was the funniest thing. Sorry.
Jesus.
When I laugh, I lose it. Okay.
You're not inhaling any of Jeff's
No, I wish I was.
bathroom
I wish
caulking
I
over
was.
there?
Halloween movie I'll watch. I'm going to watch all the Hammer Draculas.
All the hammered Dracula.
Hammer
Hammer,
films,
like
the British films with
Hammer.
Christopher Lee, who in my estimation was the best Dracula.
And of course, Peter Cushing was the best Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, yes.
Right.
I like Dracula, the Satanic Rites of Dracula. That's really spooky. Dracula has risen from the grave. Dracula, the Prince of Darkness, and Dracula AD 1972, which is very corny and cheesy, but I still love it.
You're not going to watch Munster Go Home?
No. It's not a Halloween movie. It's a comedy.
Well, they're monsters.
I know, but they're funny monsters.
Okay.
It's just me.
And Quincy, you going to watch any Halloween movies?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Is the Great Pumpkin going to be on, or are they hiding that from us like they do the Christmas one now? Apple TV only.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like, we're here passing candy.
Yeah, you are going to be passing candy out on the 31st.
Hold on your bags, kid. He's going to be passing.
That's a
candy.
horror show right there.
Hold your bag higher.
Well, why is that a horror show?
Because it's on Halloween.
And you're passing candy.
No, but what's a horror show?
Quincy, you ever seen yourself pass out candy? That's a horror show, dude.
I think I look pretty good.
You scare
You do.
kids doing. You're like,
Yeah, but we don't have to pre-chew it, you know.
I'll put razor blades in. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Razor blades.
Why is there an electric razor in my Reese's?
Try that. Try pre-chewing the candy. Kids love that. Makes it easier for them to swallow.
Pre-chewing the candy.
Yeah, you're like a bird. You ever notice when a mama bird chews the food and then spits it into the little bird's mouth?
No.
You do that with Milky Ways, I heard.
No, I don't. Maybe I had Milky Ways with it as a kid, but what do you mean pre-chewing? I still don't.
You open the wrapper, you chew it, and you go, here, kid, right in his
You
mouth.
spit the base.
Oh, no, you don't do that. The only thing I can really remember doing that was the last request of, I'll give you one classical clip of pre-chewing. Last request. Well, sure like me to chew tobacco. Put it in my pocket. And they go, That's pre-chewing.
You know, I saw Tori Black do that in a lot of her movies.
Oh, yeah. She was a spitter.
Right.
Yeah,
She was a swapper.
Yeah.
They do that and hang them high. That's about the only thing I really remember. Yeah, it's like, again, last request. Well, sure like me to chew tobacco.
Would you consider giving out little cups of milk to the kids?
No, we'll just stick with candy. You know, and then the guy goes, That's pre-chewing tobacco.
I get it.
But
Little dip action.
You Just a pinch between your cheek and gum.
Packing the fatty.
What if would you ever think like shredding a bunch of lettuce and just like going, here, kids, have some salad?
No, he's salad to him, and anything vegetable is like kryptonite to Superman.
Ah.
He
I
won't go
tried it
near
once, and I don't know, it just doesn't.
It was earlier this year you tried your first salad.
You don't like a delicious salad?
You're 60 years old, and you've never had a salad before other than 2024.
Nope.
I like a good salad, I got to say.
Salads are great.
Yeah.
Newbridge is still my favorite salad.
Yeah, I do like a good Greek salad. You know how I feel about my Greek
Well,
salad?
the best is down the street, but,
Try J.J. Grimsby.
Well, I will.
Telling you.
I'll have to go down
Top
there.
shelf all the way.
Is it top shelf?
Delicious.
Now, what makes a Greek salad so delicious in your opinion?
Well, it's got to have olives. If it doesn't have olives, it's not a Greek salad. And it's got to have plenty of feta cheese.
Right.
And it's got to be done with, and that's an American Greek salad, because the Greek salad is made with just like, I think, olives and cucumbers and feta and just a couple other ingredients. But it's got to have a good Greek dressing, too. It can't be,
You know who actually has a great Greek salad? Brothers in Wakefield.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, I've had it there. Fantastic.
They have their Greek salad dressing that's not the thick stuff.
Yeah.
That looks like something that Tory Black would be swapping.
Exactly, yeah.
We should hit that place really soon and everything.
I hit it every week.
Oh.
I got my baked haddock up there, but you're not around during the day.
Oh, damn. Make it a point. I'm going to make it a point to be around during the day.
It's usually like a Wednesday I go up there, like around, well, don't forget, they close at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, but they do a leg of lamb over there and everything.
Now you're
That's-
talking.
Yeah, that's
That guy's no longer there. You like the lamb, the chicken, the pot roast. He's not there anymore.
Oh.
It's some dude named Sonny.
Sonny. Sonny
Nice
makes
guy.
a leg of lamb, I bet.
Sonny knows as soon as I walk in, what are we gonna? Baked haddock, mashed potatoes, and string beans,
Patatas.
side salad, Greek dressing.
That's good.
It is good.
Well, I'm sure they still have some kind of lamb situation.
Oh, they do. They do. I mean, pretty much it's the same junk that they've been cooking for 1,000 years, but it's just a different owner. I don't know if the guy's kid or somebody else, but
I'm remembering now when we were down in Aruba, we were snuck away from the crowd to have a little bite to eat one day, and we stopped at a little Greek place right on the beach.
Yeah.
We had stuffed grape leaves with some olives in there and some olive oil on top, some hummus and pita bread, and 2 ice-cold Mythos beers.
Okay.
Greek beer. Delicious. That was
Wow.
probably the best meal I had in Aruba.
do you go to McDonald's or anything?
No,
Do
have
have
McDonald's.
They do
have a McDonald's there. They have a TGI Fridays there, for crying out loud.
What do they soak you for a Big Mac in Aruba?
I didn't go in.
What do they soak for a Big Mac now? I don't eat them. What are they?
I don't know. I've never had a Big Mac.
Really?
Never
You're
had a Big
saying
Mac.
Aruba, I'll bet you about maybe $7 for a Big
Probably
Mac.
more than that. It's probably like $18.
You-
$18 for
I'm telling
for
you.
Christ's sake.
You've never had 2 all-beef patties, special
Never.
sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame
I
seed
am
bun?
going to have it soon. I
For-
keep saying. I got to
If
do
the
it.
sandwich is like at $18, then the drink is probably $20.
Probably.
And the pack of fries is like 20 just because it's Aruba.
Yeah.
Well, how come Aruba is like all this with food?
Because everything has to be
Well, if you rewind this episode about 38
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that I keep forgetting because it's important. That's right. I keep forgetting because all this is.
Okay, let's give you a little schooling here. All right. My cell phone is Aruba.
Yeah.
This piece of paper is a paper plane. We load the paper plane somewhere in like Chicago with supplies, and we land in Aruba. They take it off and they charge extra.
Yeah. They got to deliver it to you and all this shit.
Remind me never to go to Aruba.
I will.
You don't even go to Malden. You think you're going to worry about going to Aruba? You don't even want to go to Chile to meet your girlfriend from Jaws 2.
She's your key.
Yeah, she would be your key.
I don't know why.
I can't believe you are disrespecting Brookie Peters. You've had a thing for Brookie Peters since 1978. And now
she could even give you a handy into the table.
she could have said, open wide, say
Say
But no, because you are the cheapest scumbag in the universe. You don't want to go down and see Brookie Peters. Now, I have to get the autograph for you because you're too cheap and didn't want to come with us.
He'll miss all his fans too much.
I heard that there's not even going to be I heard a rumor. I won't say who or whatever, but I heard from the Gray Lines. Let's just say that.
You heard from the Green Line?
Gray Line. I heard from the.
Isn't it the Grapevine? Okay.
Okay, just to say that there's going to be one. So it wouldn't be worth it. Save your money, do whatever. And so I'll give you Brody clips, do whatever.
This is Brookie Peters. All right.
Somebody look out for Mike.
No, that was Jackie that said that.
All right, but Brookie Peters, Mike.
See, I'm disappointed in you. You've been talking about Jaws 2 since the day I met you. Now you have an opportunity to meet Brookie Peters. I don't even know the actress's real name, but she's forever going to be known as Brookie Peters. What are you doing? Some little
I'm just looking things up.
OTB over there, little off-track betting on your phone?
Yep. Betting on the football.
Oh, yeah? Who are you betting on?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You know what? I was trying to do something stupid, but I never mind. We probably got booted off friggin' YouTube anyway.
No, we never got booted off YouTube because we're sitting here analyzing Quincy why he's not going down to see Brookie Peters.
What's the name of the other guy who was in? Thank you. After the shark blew up, he's going to be there too.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah.
You know who he gets to sleep with every night?
Neil.
No.
Who?
I'm sorry.
Adrian Barbeau.
Oh, not bad at all.
And you know
piece
who?
of ace right
And you
there.
know who his brother is?
No.
Little Stevie Van Zandt.
Is
that I'll so? Be.
Yeah,
Silvio
Dante from The Sopranos. His brother was Bob, who had the scally cap in Jaws 2.
I like it.
Who's now porking Adrian Barbeau.
Hey, nice work if you can get it.
And he's been with her for like 20 some odd years. I mean, we saw Adrian Barbeau, a couple years ago? She still looked good for a woman who's like 70.
I'd throw a batch into her.
Yeah. She won the cannonball. She like all those people.
She won Ricky Bittman's cannonball too.
Yeah, she was nice.
Remember that scene when she just like unzipped, when she's in the Lamborghini?
That in Swamp Thing.
Escape from New York.
Yep. And when she was dancing with Howard on Maud.
Oh, in the
Conrad
tight
Bain.
sweaters.
Yeah, she was dancing. She was doing a real hard dance. She was like knocking something out of whack.
I mean, we have to do this. We have to remember she wore the tight sweaters.
Yeah.
And she danced going crazy.
Yeah.
Who had the better dance? Was it Adrian Barbeau or Chrissy on Three's Company? Who had the
I'll never forget that night.
The blue, she had on that blue sweater.
Oh, I remember.
And she had the pink ponytail and she was dancing like a crazy woman.
I was like, I think that might have been the night everything changed for Bittman. I was like, I'll never forget watching that one. I was like, what the?
Come on, knock on our door.
Come on, knock on our door.
If you're really asking me to vote, I got to go Adrian Barbeau only because I like my raven-haired beauties.
Okay.
But those fun bags on Chrissy Snow,
right,
that was something else.
And you get to see them in that Dirty Harry movie.
Yes,
I remember.
She gets a nice bullet in her back.
What was the name of that one?
Is that
Magnum Force or something?
Yes, that was Magnum
Very good,
Force.
yeah.
Okay, we saw that the Coolidge Corner. It was a midnight showing, and I remember you going, "That's Chrissy's tits." They were fine.
That was
I mean, that was
scene.
what 1974.
Great scene.
So that was pre Chrissy.
Yeah.
It's a terrible shame what happened. to her.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. She died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
And it was her birthday the other day too.
Was it really?
See what I'm going to find out on social media. I would not know it was Suzanne Summers' birthday, but they posted it.
That's true.
So you're going Barbeau.
Yeah. I like dark-haired women.
So do I. Yeah. But I don't know. If I had a choice, I'm going to go with Chrissy Snow.
Yeah, so am I. If I had to compare racks, I like Adrian Barbeau does have a fine, iconic rack, but I'd say Chrissy Snow was a little more sensual.
She had a prettier face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, Adrian Barbeau comes in, the white panties.
No, don't get me wrong.
You see the dark patch.
Yeah, she also played Thornton Mellon's ex-wife.
Yep.
So
it's gonna cost you big, Thornton. What was her name in that movie?
Cruella.
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Was it Vanessa? Oh, what's with the midget?
You can't say that anymore.
What's with the dwarf? What's with the little people?
Did you hear there was a comedian the other day, he said I had used the word midget in a sketch I wrote. And the network came down and said, you can't use the word midget. It's offensive. And he goes, well, what am I supposed to say? She goes, I don't know what you're going to say, but you need to take
Short
that
people
word out.
then.
Well, she said, you need to take this out. And she goes, you got to understand, the word midget is as offensive as the N-word.
No, it's not.
And he goes, okay, here's the problem I have with that. You're saying midget. And if you think about it.
Then use short people.
But you're not saying the other word.
Right.
And another guy said, he says, I tell you what, if midget is as offensive as saying the N-word, go out and find a midget and call him a midget. Then go out and find a black man and call him the N-word and see what the results are and compare the two. And you'll see
No, I know short people, little people.
Yeah.
They're not offended by that word.
It's just another made-up freaking thing.
Because when I knew them, they were midget wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they were proud to be, I'm the midget world champion.
Yeah, I'm different than you. I'm
right.
a midget.
So it's a midget. And then, was Sally Field, is it racist because she's gidget?
Exactly. It rhymes.
That's funny.
Right.
No, but Hervé Villachez was proud to call himself a midget and everything. That's what people told him. They're like, could you tone it down? And he's like, no. He had shirts made up, the macho midget and the mighty midget.
The macho midget.
The Slim Jim.
Because there were dwarves, which are kind of,
Dwarves are in like Lord of the Rings.
But midgets are proportional. That's the whole thing,
Right.
right? They're like little people, literally little people.
Okay.
Whereas dwarves, they kind of have issues, some of them.
So if you are a little person, what do you like to be called? Do you like to be called a midget, a dwarf, little person?
Just don't call me late for dinner.
That's it's just crazy that all of a sudden that word that's been around for 1,000 years,
They use it on the Stooges.
they use it at WrestleManias. I mean, come on.
Imagine being chased by midgets. Oh, no, there's another movie I'm going to be watching, Todd Browning's Freaks. That's on my list for this time of year.
The sausage guy
Yeah, oh, man. That guy
Radion, yeah.
in the overalls.
Yep.
Yeah, what's he gonna do if he catches you? If like that sausage guy, if you see him coming after you, why the hell would you be afraid?
He tells them all what to do while he's rolling that cigarette.
I can do anything with my mouth. I think that's what he said.
That was like 1932, wasn't it?
Yeah, way ahead of its time.
It was way ahead of his time. And whoever produced that was a genius.
Well, he was the same guy.
Todd Browning.
Did Dracula and all that. Wasn't
Well, else he's a
I
freak.
think, anyway.
Unbelievable.
Schlitzie. Ooh, there's another one and everything. They made him look scary and
Yeah.
everything. He's he's the last person I would be afraid of if you knew him.
Who was the scariest one, though? Was it the guy that ran on his arms with the knife?
Oh yeah, Johnny Eck. Yeah. He was kind of spooky.
That one in the rain. They were all chasing him in the rain. And it's like,
You had one. I don't know what his name was. I think it was Joe Veretta, but he actually played Master Blaster in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, wow. I know. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He looked like the one there that Sam Kinison used to bring out.
Doug Beatty.
Doug Beatty, not Ned
Yeah.
Beatty. Yeah, Doug Beatty.
imagine bringing Doug Beatty out.
But I don't know, but Joe Veretta or the Little Joe or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's the first generation. It's a spooky movie. The Freaks.
It really is.
Now, Doug Beatty, getting back to this, you know who we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Was he Arnold's friend on Different Strokes? Remember, there was supposed to be a little girl and she was in the wheelchair and like a little weirdo?
I think that was a different person.
Yeah.
With,
Didn't they look the same?
Yeah, right.
They
similar
did. They did.
affliction.
They did look exactly the same. It was the same deal of muscle, same symptoms of muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
But that confused me a lot too at the time because Doug Beatty was kind of big on the Stern Show and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And,
He used to rip apart Jerry Lewis, didn't he?
Do you remember Head? The kid used to come down here in the wheelchair.
I've seen him. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Head in a wheelchair here?
He was a kid with muscular dystrophy, but that's all. He was a hip little guy.
He used to come down here when the wrestling people used to be down here, and he came down in an electric wheelchair, and God bless him. I don't know if he's still around or not, but he used to call himself Head, and everybody used to call him Head.
Head, paper, no.
And he used to turn his head this way, and he kind of looked like Doug Beatty. And Paul Bearer coming, "How shit? How you doing, Head?"
He knew him from way back, huh?
Oh yeah, he's like, "How you doing, Paul?" So
Get that $5.
Head, You owe me $5.
No, the last time I seen Head was coming out of malls in South Boston and everything, and I got the door for him, and I was like, "Hey, Head, how's it going?" And he's like, "Pretty good." She's like, and the lady with him with her, she was like, "Wow, everybody knows you. You're like a."
And his name's Head.
Yeah, he gives head.
Unbelievable. And on that note, Quincy, it's time to wrap up this fantastic, horrific Halloween episode.
Yes.
Well, thank you for watching this horrific episode of Halloween specials and everything else that we've been talking about. So we hope to see you again soon, and have a safe and happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Drive home carefully, as always, and remember, we never close.
You tick turd.